welcome to Bluegrass Sports Nation coverage of the Letcher County Central Lady Cougars and the Lady Cavaliers of Jenkins. I'm Anthony Bersalia, joined alongside Mark Young. And Mark, it's been a while, not to rip off a Stain song for those of you that were around in the late 90s that heard that song by Aaron Lewis and company. But how you doing, Mark Young?
Buddy, blessed to be here. I mean, it's perfect weather to play ball.
You look at Kara Holcomb and Emma Pavlik, the seniors. They've been a part of the last three district championship teams for the Letcher County Central Cougars, who have won 4 straight since 2021, as they're honoring Pavlik right now with her plaque as she goes back to Beth and Willie Adams, her parents, and father and stepfather and mother there. But also on top of that, you have on top of that Kara Holcomb getting her plaque as well too from Coach Jay Perkins, and going back there to Marcia and Jason. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw Kara's sister Tori walking around here earlier. That may have not been her, but it looked a lot like her. It was a little bit further. But, just all 4 of these parents. I can't say enough about Willie and Beth and Jason and Marcia. They love their kids, Mark. It's so obvious. They support them in all their sports, basketball, softball. Of course, Emma was in the play as well too that they just had, Legally Blonde. They both have solid backgrounds and good families and grandparents. I think of Hogg and her uncle Pig Eye, and then I think of on top of that as well too, Bumper and her grandfather there, Dickie, and her grandmother as well too. Mrs. Adams taught me there at HCTC several years ago. So they've got the great family support behind them. And I know that both of these girls not only will have the support when their high school career here ends here, whether it's the regional tournament, state tournament, wherever it may be, but I know they'll support them in the college. And we will step out for just a few moments on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Get up to $600 off select devices, and that makes this the season of saving and upgrading with Appalachian Wireless. Get up to $600 off select devices with a new or renewed line on any Appalachian Advantage unlimited plan. This selection is amazing, so just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or AppalachianWireless.com for devices, terms, and conditions. It's the season of saving because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
And we are back as we are ready to have a district matchup. Jenkins and the Lady Cougars. Last week, these two teams met, actually a week ago today. Letcher won that one 8-1 over there at Jenkins. Mark, break down both teams for us here in the pregame.
Well, I mean, right now, LCC has been playing very well. They were on a winning streak there. They lost a tough game the other night to Pikeville by 1 run. To end that winning streak, my man, they had put together a big run, a big push, and that's one of the things that Coach Perkins is talking about, getting better and getting ready for the end of the season. Jenkins, on the other hand, Joe Banks, the coach over there, has got a pretty good little team going. I mean, there are a lot of real young kids. His pitchers are very young, and Johanna Banks is a freshman, and she's one of their top pitchers, if not the top, and A.J. Brown is the other. She's an 8th grader. So their pitching staff is completely fresh. I mean, they're very young. Both these young ladies are great athletes. One of the things that you got to watch out for, they got 2 or 3 really good sticks on the Cavaliers team. Johanna Banks, like I said, she's a freshman, but she carries a 591 batting average. Chloe Sexton's the other one. She's got a 391. Harlow Bates right now batting cleanup for them is hitting 400. I mean, they got their bats alive, so should be an interesting ball game between these and should be a great matchup. These kids all know each other. A lot of them went to middle school together. Some of the kids from Neon went to Jenkins, some come to LCC, so there's a lot of camaraderie. They played travel ball together. These kids know each other very well. Joe does a phenomenal job over at Jenkins with that program. He's really into it. Back during the big run in the basketball season, and Coach burnt that couch. That was Joe Banks' couch, the softball coach's couch that he actually burned. It wasn't his own. So that lets you know how much he supports the kids at the Cavaliers. And of course, Coach Perkins has been here for many years now, and he does a phenomenal job running the program along with his wife. And like you said, a phenomenal coaching staff behind them, great parents on both sides. So it's going to be an interesting game, man.
Definitely. And on top of that, you look at it and you think about it, that iconic picture of Winston with the fire, Coach Lee in the background. That was just that was a great memory, just seeing that and everything, and how serious it was for the Cavaliers. They've had a lot to talk about this year, and it would be great for them to spoil their thinking in their mind, to spoil this senior day. But the pitching for Letcher County Central is going to have to be on point and on key today. I know Jenkins will definitely want to do better than the one run they scored. You think with Coach Perkins, he'll probably want to maybe keep the defense going and get more runs. But it's going to be a really entertaining and interesting matchup here today. Looking forward to this beautiful day that we have here. Just slightly a little bit of clouds over on the softball field. To the left, we still have clouds, not as much in the area there, but on top of that, glad to bring you Lady Cougar softball. And Mark, it's hard to believe that it is the end of April.
It really has, man. I mean, these seasons are kind of short anyway, especially when you have to deal with Mother Nature. But man, it seems like this last part of the school year, although it's been very busy, it's kind of flew by.
Well, and a few years ago, the KHSAA voted to end the season a little bit early. They took a week off the season, and now it ends sooner because the region, they used to play it on the first round on Memorial Day weekend. You would have the baseball and softball going on Monday, all the rounds at the same time, and then it would be the semifinals and then the finals. So they would do it Monday through Wednesday, and you had to step up and do it. Now, I can't remember if I think there might be slightly just a little bit more of a break now. Not much, maybe a day, but it's just really interesting to see. And I see a name out here, Harlow Bates, as you mentioned earlier. She played basketball this year. I remember she's really good on her academics. There was one game we had covered earlier back during basketball season when the Lady Cougars and Lady Cavaliers played. And, it's good to see her not only doing basketball, but doing good the academics, but here softball as well, too. Several athletes are like that in Letcher County, too.
Yeah, this is interesting. You got Chloe Sexton as the leadoff for Lady Cavaliers. Chloe is my next door neighbor, by the way.
Up in Surgeon.
Her father is the archery coach at LCC. So interesting ties there, but she's a heck of an athlete.
First pitch, strike, go on.
On the mound for the Lady Cougars, we got Kelsey Bentley today.
Next pitch, strike, 0-2 the count, Mark.
And for the Lady Cavaliers, you got Johanna Bates.
0-2 the count. Stamper on her third pitch to get her first K of the game. Got her out. It's going to be fielder's choice, but the ump did get her out there. And so 1 up, 1 down, Mark, for the Lady Cougars.
Next up, she got on base because they didn't catch the ball.
So no out there. That's right, because it was a fielder's choice on the hit, and little hesitation from Katie. So here we go. Next pitch, and the run to second. Going to be safe at second. Could go to third. Here's the throw to third. Could be out, but no, safe. Here they go to second, and Jenkins all of a sudden with bases on third and second, Mark Young. Ooh, Lady Cavaliers bringing it hard here, and A.J. Brown now at the bat for the Lady Cavaliers.
Yeah, I mean, Jenkins runs the bases very aggressively, especially when they get on. I mean, leadoff runners, Chloe is very, very quick.
Here's the hit right into the gap, but caught out one out there by Lady Cougars. And so that keeps 2 on base, though.
Now batting, number 18, Marlo Bates.
Miss Bates, Marlo Bates up the bat now for the Lady Cavaliers. pitch. 1-0.
All she has to do is get out of the infield for the Cavaliers to get on the board first. Runners on second and third with 1 out.
We have time for, it's going to tie the shoe there at third base. So Jenkins, off of a fielder's choice, gets on the base. And it's really gained the momentum. A stolen base after a hit and then getting to third all the way from first. So Lady Cavaliers definitely don't want to leave runners on the board here. Runs and foul tip back, 1-1 your count.
Bentley's going to come after them. They're going to have to put the ball in play, which Cavaliers are pretty good at doing that. I mean, they make you make a play on it.
High, it's going to be a ball, 2-1 your count. Rollins will be back trying to get on this half or inning. Go ahead, Mark. What were you going to say there? My bad, man. I'm trying to step on you.
Harlow's carrying a 400 batting average, so she's no slouch at the plate.
Strike, 2-2 the count.
And we come back to even up the count.
See another basketball player playing here, Anaya Chapawa for the Lady Cavaliers. Saw her back during basketball on the 2-2. 3-2, full count.
I'm so glad you knew how to pronounce that name, so I didn't want to butcher anyone's name.
Got to give a shout out to Miss Coggleton over at Jenkins, who told me exactly how to say it during basketball. On the full count, 1 out. Got her out on the K, so 2 outs now on the Lady Cougars, Lady Cavaliers, excuse me, but still runners on third and second. Of course, you got to mention Coach April Dameron. She used to coach the Lady Cavaliers, took them to a regional championship in 2010. What was really interesting is they went in 2010 and then bumped wins in 2011 with Letcher Central. So you could say back-to-back years of domination of just the Letcher County as a whole.
Yeah, and she worked with a lot of kids, not just kids on her own team, so.
Popped up out of play, 0-1 to count.
I was really appreciative of everything that she did for the kids in the surrounding area.
And doing a great job over at UPike right now with the JV softball team.
Yeah, I took Neon Middle School over there, and she welcomed them in and took them through the training and drills with them. It's a pretty interesting day.
1-1 your count. Lady Cavaliers trying to get something going here. Can Bentley keep them off of the home plate? Out in the right field, it's going to be foul right. Make it 1-2 your count.
So if the Lady Cougars can come away and not give up a run right here, it's a big boost going into the bottom half of the year.
No breeze really here tonight, just maybe slightly the wind blowing. Oh, nice hit into the center gap, but out. Back is Pavlik, and we have played 1. Jenkins leads 2-1, and after top of the first inning, we are scoreless. Back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Not everybody likes being locked into a contract. That's why at Appalachian Wireless, they offer you advance pay. No contracts, no credit checks. And right now, get $50 off prepaid devices and get 10% off handset accessories. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail store to find out more about advance pay. Keeping you connected on the region's best service. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
As we go to the bottom of the first, no score. Jenkins left runners on third and second. Got 1 hit. And now Letcher County Central looking to get some momentum here going at the bottom of the first. And we want to thank all the sponsors. We want to thank you for joining us throughout our broadcast tonight, wherever that may be, wherever you're tuned, YouTube, Facebook. And Mark, your thoughts on that top of the first half inning?
Like I said, Jenkins jumped out and got runners on second and third with no outs, but wasn't able to get a run scored. So that has to be a big confidence booster for Bentley and all the Lady Cougars to be able to get out of that, not give up a run.
Lady Cougars had that 6-5 loss to Pikeville, as you mentioned there, and looking they'd had won so many in a row. Still undefeated in the district are the Lady Cougars, and that's pretty big for them to have. As Scarlet Stampers up to bat for Letcher Central. Going to look to get some momentum as she faces Joanna Banks, and we'll see what happens there. And it's could be a pitch and battle, excuse me. You never know here what's going to happen. And Letcher Central looking to set the momentum early. Just a beautiful day, Mark, across the mountains. You know, yesterday was just a little bit cool. Not too bad, though. It was still a beautiful day and back-to-back good days here in the mountains. And I'm glad they missed that rain last week because I thought we were going to be in for some rain. So 1-0 the count.
Yeah, as it gets closer to the dark, it actually is supposed to heat up even more. So it's supposed to get in the mid-80s by the end of the day.
On the 1-0. Make that 2-0. Did you go out to prom this weekend, Mark, and see any of the people here at Letcher Central getting ready for it? I know they had it this weekend.
No, I was actually out of town. We rented a little cabin and had a little family getaway and went to Dollywood.
On the 2-0, foul off to the left. How was Dolly?
Well, actually, she was there Friday, but we didn't go in the park until Saturday, so we actually missed her this year, but I've been there a couple times that she's been there.
2-1 your count. No outs. Stamper looking to get on base here. Low will make that 3-1.
Awful close. It didn't hurt me to lay off that pitch. That's a good looking pitch.
And one woman who just walked in, Principal Jennifer Wampler, I bet she had a fantastic weekend with prom. We were just talking about prom. And Scarlett Stamper will go to base after the walk. And 1 on for the Lady Cougars. Pavlik will be up the bat here on senior day. Prom's always, though, Mark, a big time for the kids and everything. And I know we've talked to Coach Perkins before, and he always tries to not have games scheduled on that weekend.
Yeah, well, sometimes it just kind of defeats the purpose if you do. So probably a wise decision on his part.
1-0. Yeah, I can't see too many of the ladies or the boys in the baseball side wanting to get all hot and sweaty and then get ready for prom. You know what I'm saying? After a big game or a road trip. On the 1-0, Pavlik's going to be fouled back 1-1.
Again, Emma's that slap hitter style batter, so it gives her an advantage to get to first. Plus, she's got good wheels on her anyway. She can move down the line.
On the 1-1. Popped up, that's going to drop. And that's going to be a hit, and that's going to get Stamper to second. So great hit there by Pavlik to get runners on first and second for the Lady Cougars.
Yeah, the Cavaliers had brought in the corners, and she just was able to slap it probably over the shortstop's head, and Sexton just couldn't get back there to it. So nice placement of the ball by Pavlik. Lady Cougars return the favor. 2 runners on base and no outs.
With Katie Combs up to bat. He's had some really good hitting lately. See what happens here. 1-0 your count. Let's say ball.
It's off-speed pitch, just a little on the high side.
Cook from the circle here. Setting, getting adjusted. Here's the pitch. Wild pitch. That's going to get Stamper and Pavlik to second and third. 2-0 the count. So now Lady Cougars with a golden opportunity to answer to the run that Jenkins had. They've already knotted it up, but Katie gets caught high swinging. That'll make it 2-1 your count.
took a rep at that one. I think she's wanting to see another one go over at the fence out there.
The grand slam. On the 2-1. Here we go. Up to first. Stamper will score. 1 out, and Pavlik will advance to third. So 1-0 Letcher Central.
Next up, number 2, Kelsey Bentley.
Up the bat now, Miss Bentley looking to bring in Stamper, or sorry, Pavlik here. Ball 1 high. Pavlik flirting there a little bit, just got off a little bit on the base, goes back. 1-0 your score here, Letcher Central.
Seems like most of the banks is off-speed stuff right now and hanging high. She can find the zone.
Strike 1-1 does there. Jenkins taking their time. Here's the pitch. Wild pitch. Pavlik flirting. Gonna be safe. That's close, Mark.
Yeah. That was a good dive back in there. I mean, I don't think she actually thought she was going to throw it, but she threw a bullet.
2-1 the count with 1 out. On the pitch. Make that 3-1. 1 out. 1 hit. One of the things that Coach Perkins didn't do, and also, I'll hold that thought. 3-1 the count. Breeze has picked up a little bit. Swing and a miss. It's going to be the full count now. And there's the throw to third. Now Pavlik's going to go to home. It's caught, and she is safe. And Pavlik scores for the Lady Cougars, and that makes it 2-0 Letcher Central.
Yeah, the throw down to third caught her off base, but the throw coming back to home plate was just too far on the inside, and she couldn't get the tag down. Nice base running.
Full count. 2-0 Letcher Central. Bentley pops it up, and this will be caught. What an incredible catch. 2 down now on the Lady Cougars. This is a great hustle effort play there for the Lady Cavaliers, and now 1 out away from ending this inning. Kara Holcomb up to bat for the Lady Cougars. Wearing number 21. First time we've gotten to see her bat this season, Mark Young. Saw her on the basketball court. Now here again, 1-0 the count, high pitch. I know her dad, I spoke with Marcia not too long ago, her mom, and her dad's been wanting her to get better, get back out there, and just glad he's going to get to be out there and watch her and support her on this senior day and the rest of the season. Holcomb back to the pitcher. That's 3 outs. So, but before that, Letcher Central does get 2 runs, and we played 1. 2-0 after 1. Back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
2-0 2-0. Going to the top of the second, Letcher County Central on top of the Lady Cavaliers. It could easily be 2-2 or 2-1 right now. Jenkins left 2 on 3rd and 2nd at the top of the first. Letcher Central able to take advantage of it and get 2 runs, Mark. And now if you're the Lady Cavaliers, you want to get that momentum back and try to get back on base.
Absolutely, and I've noticed the Lady Cougars come out this time because it's partly cloudy. Right now the sun was out pretty bright, and all of them were sporting their sunglasses to try to help fight that on the right side of the field.
Wind still staying about the same.
Number 42, Bella Stanley.
And here we go.
Bella Stanley is the DP.
On the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1 the count.
Wow, she was actually ahead of that pitch.
Bella Stanley, good stance. Looking to get on base for Lady Cougars, or Lady Cavaliers, excuse me. Wild pitch will make it 1-0 the count. 1-1, excuse me. Bentley taking her time at the circle. On the windup. Down low, 2-1 you count now.
Again, she was on that inside for the play.
Good crowd here on hand tonight. Lady Cougars softball. Lady Cavaliers softball on the pitch. Alive, gonna try to run. Oh, bobbled. And Stanley gets the base.
And that's something you don't see very often.
Just a missed timing there by the Lady
Number
Cougars.
22, Tony Miller.
Now Sonny Miller up to bat for the, or Tony Miller, excuse me, for the Lady Cavaliers. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to count.
And Tony's a freshman. She went to Neon Middle School, and then she's one of them that went over to Cavaliers. Of course, her whole family went to school at Jenkins. So.
Strike on the next pitch, 0-2 the count. One error on the Lady Cougars here. And the next pitch, it's going to be outside, make that 1-2 the count. What I was going to say earlier there, Mark, right before the half or the first inning ended, was I was going to say Coach Perkins cleaned it up on the errors. Didn't want to see those happen, and they did it for an inning. But here, just like a slight mishap. Hopefully the Lady Cougars don't let more of those happen. But now that's going to get a, and the Cavaliers are going to stay there at second. So runners on, Mark Young, no outs. And first and second for Jenkins.
This has been the theme so far. This is 1.5 innings, and started off with 2 runners for each team, but no outs. That one came right off the end of the bat, and it had a lot of English on it. That was hard to tell what that ball was going to do.
Owens up the bat now for the Lady Cavaliers. Nice hit is the tag. Throw the third out, but that'll still keep runners at first and second, so 1 down for the Lady Cavaliers.
Well, that was a nice play there. 6-5 put out to get the lead runner.
Number 4, Haley Thacker.
That's Holcomb's second put out of the game. She actually got the first put out of the first inning on senior night, so I'm sure that's something she'll remember.
Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Emily Owens batting for the Lady Cavaliers, the freshman. Twice, it's going to be 0-2, caught her swinging. Lady Cavaliers with a chance to score again. They'll leave the runners on the base like they did in the first inning. Going to try to look to respond to some of these runs. On the 0-2. Popped up. Oh! And they said out. So 2 outs. Wild pitch, no. So they're going to keep it running. Here's the throw to third, maybe. Nope. Runners will go to third and second. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Well, they signaled the guy in the field signaled out And then the Jenkins coach said to come on. So there you go. 2 errors now on the Lady Cougars.
The batter is the one that's out, not the runners.
Yeah,
So
right.
they
Well, it
had
was
that out.
obvious because they had motioned the out and they advanced to 3rd and 2nd. So 2 outs here. 3 errors now. The Lady Cougars popped up though. Can Scarlett get it? Yes. Well, they run into each other and Scarlett Stepper. No, they're going. Yes, out. So we have played 1.5. Letcher Central, after committing 3 errors in that inning, gets out with not letting Jenkins score there. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation in just a moment.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia. What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price.
Base runners in for the score.
0-2 the count on the swing and the miss. See an umbrella out there in the field. Some people maybe left field's expecting rain up by the vocational school. I think we'll be fine tonight. Anna, oh, here she goes on the bunt. She's going to run. She's going to be safe. Anna Hatton, excellent run and speed. And wow, Lady Cougars get on base. And now after Hatton coming up will be Kaylee Bentley to bat.
That was just legging that one out. The catcher was trying to say that the ball had bounced and hit her, but said, nope, she's safe.
On the pitch. Hatton flirts with going 0-1 the count. Pitch. It's going to be 1-1 the count. Hatton stays, but flirting with stealing. Mark, you ever ridden one of those scooters back there in the backfield close to that little kid? You ever ridden on one of those?
I actually have.
I want to get on one of those one day. On the pitch, 1-1. Nice hit, but caught to throw the first, and that's a double play. Good defense there by the Lady Cavaliers. And all of a sudden what looked like could have been another situation back in the second inning or first inning there for the Lady Cougars. Jenkins makes them pay for it defensively, Mark. Great double play.
Yeah, that was a nice heads-up play there. Catch the line drive. Of course, Hatton had already left, so she was kind of hung out in no man's land and was able to turn it over.
Ball on the first one, 1-0 count. Up to bat now, Amira Cook. Is that a decent year, the 7th grader? Here on senior night, 2-0 Letcher Central. Strike, 1-1 the count. Down the middle.
Carrying 366 batting average as a 7th
pops it up, and 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Cougars. We go to the top of the third. Letcher Central leads it 2-0. Back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Going to the top of the third here on Bluegrass. Again, Mark, the Lady Cavaliers leave some on base.
Yeah, like I said, that's been the big story of the game. They've got runners on base, but they've really struggled. So back 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. So this is kind of the meat of the Lady Cavaliers lineup. They're going to see if they can get something started.
Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. On the next pitch, 0-2 now. Quickly.
And we come back to a big lead there. Yep, do something probably inside, maybe an off speed, I'm not sure.
On the next pitch. Make that 1-2 to count. Bentley on the next pitch. 2-2 now after being ahead in the count. It's evened it up.
She got to just come back and get it right here. Nobody on base is saying that you had a boy by her.
Full count.
Low. Both these teams are very disciplined as far as not swinging at bad pitches.
Strikeout. 1 up, 1 down.
Nice pitch.
Next up, number 2, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown back up the bat for the Lady Cavaliers.
Yeah, she was one of those runners that got stranded at second on the first inning.
0-1 to count on the miss. On the next pitch. Ball 1-1. Outside and high. On the next pitch. 2-1 the count now off the deflection. What are you seeing here so far by Bentley, Mark?
She's been pretty spot on. She's working the batter pretty good, especially when she gets ahead in the count. She works the inside, outside the plate. So her control's been good so far.
2-2. Fouled right.
She's left a little bit of her change-up stuff high, but other than that, she's pitched well so far.
Got her. 2 up, 2 down.
That was a big pitch. He pulled the string on that one and got her
Now
swinging.
batting, number 18, Harlow Bates.
Harlow Bates up to bat for the Lady Cavaliers.
Got a text there a few minutes ago from Bumper Adams that he was kicked back watching us on YouTube, so give him a yell. Take care, Bump.
1-0 the count. Thank you, Bump, for the support. Hope all's going well down there on the Highway 7 end of the county. 1-0 the count. 2 hits to 1 hits. Beverly Lady Cougars. 3 errors. Strike. 1-1 your count.
This is just a beautiful day to play ball. I mean, it's not real hot. It's plenty hot enough to not have to worry about tightening up and hurting yourself or anything.
Outside 2-1.
Harlow Kate, her first time at the plate. Jenkins going to go back after her again.
On the 2-1. Swing. It'll make it 2-2. Even up.
She doesn't cheat herself on the swings. Anyway, like I said, I love aggressive batters. Can't get it out anymore. Both teams are aggressive at the plate.
Ooh, full count. Little hop there for Miss Bates.
Yeah, I heard a little yell there as she hopped as well. I saw her mom and dad sitting over here in the stands earlier.
On the full count. Take a base. Miss Bates gets on.
That was a good at bat for Harlow.
Next up, number 40, Kaylee Sturgill.
Kaylee Sturgill now up the bat for the Lady Cavaliers. Wind picking slightly up now. Looking back over there at the scoreboard. 0-1 on the strike on the first pitch. It's going to be fair, and Scarlett will walk to first, and that'll be out 3 for the Lady Cavaliers. We played 2.5. It's 2-0. Lady Cougars. We will be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Get up to $600 off select devices, and that makes this the season of saving and upgrading with Appalachian Wireless. Get up to $600 off select devices with a new or renewed line on any Appalachian Advantage unlimited plan. This selection is amazing, so just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or AppalachianWireless.com for devices, terms, and conditions. It's the season of saving because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
We go to the bottom of the third. Letcher County Central leading it 2-0 over the Lady Cavaliers of Jenkins. Mark, your thoughts on 2.5 innings so far.
Bentley come at that time was really strong, got a couple of strikeouts, and then she walked one, but then she come back and got a little rounder out first. So again, it's been a battle of pitching. You know, that first inning, Cougars were able to get 2 runs in, but other than that, Cavaliers have had more people on base, but they've yet to score. So it's kind of been a pitching duel up to this point. We got Collier coming up the plate for her first time here in the bottom of the third.
On the pitch. Popped up and out of play, 0 on the count.
Yeah, she hangs in there, and I think if you're really good at bat, she's hitting 270 on the year. Got 20 hits, 74
Of the third. The Cougars committed 3 errors in that second inning. Make that 0-2 on the swing and the miss.
It was a high heater, and she was a little under it, but she took a good cut at it.
On the 0-2. Wild pitch. 1-2 your count.
Her off-speed stuff right now, everything's hanging high, and it's really giving her fits. If she can get that down, she's going to be really, really tough.
Popped up. Deep. Oh, drops it. Going to get to second on the throw. And Letcher Central, of course, that sun was very bright out there. Maybe might have caused just a little bit of error there on the catch, but Lady Cougars will take it, and they got a runner on second.
That's one of those spots that I referred to earlier. And the LCC was out there, the gap between the clouds, and the sun gets bright to the right field side of the field in a hurry. They're looking right in the sun.
Lady Cougars 15-11 on the season. First pitch. Strike, 0-1 your count. Looking to add to another run here. It's just the first error of the game for the Lady Cavaliers. 0-1. Right to the pitcher, throw to first, but runner will advance to third. So you at least get part of your job done there, Mark, for the Lady Cougars.
Right. I mean, she just made the conscious decision to go ahead and make sure she got that first out. And Piper did a good job getting on the third for Coach Perkins this time.
Pavlik up to bat for the Lady Cougars. Looking to add to make it 3-0.
Look at all the intentions between home plate and first base. That's where the softball's been hitting the ground, where they've been hitting back to the pitcher.
With that slat ball, as you mentioned. Oh, and a throw to first. Nobody home, and the score for the Lady Cougars to make it 3-0.
Nice heads-up play by Pavlik. There was nobody covering second as they rotated to try to cover the bases. She went ahead and took that extra base.
Katie Combs up to bat. High pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. It's a great run by Addison Collier. Let's get the score there. Stamper, Pavlik, Collier, all 3 runs for the Lady Cougars so far. High again, 2-0 the count. Pavlik flirting with going to third there, Mark.
Well, like I said, she's got good speed, and if she sees the opportunity, I'm sure she's going to try to cash in on it.
On the next pitch. 3-0 now. Here's the throw to third. Yep. Good effort there by Pavlik. Nearly got it. But now a 3-0 count for Katie Combs. She could get on base. Strike, make that 3-1 now. Next pitch, foul tip, stays alive, 3-1. 3-2, excuse me.
I mean, and she's usually a tough at bat, so be interesting to see who wins this battle of wheels.
Full count. And it's going to go foul. Stays alive. We've seen that with some Letcher County batters this season, Mark, keeping the pitchers out there, staying alive, going as long as they can. It's paid off for them a few times. Trying to do that, possibly Katie Combs here. You'd love to have Pavlik back there at second, but great effort for her there at third. Almost got it. But the Lady Cougars have added a run in this inning to put that lead out to 3-0. Here's the, nice move, Combs, and she will get to first. So it pays off after the marathon of pitches there.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat for her. And I'm sure that Pavlik and Coach Ferguson both wish they had not been hardly as aggressive, because with that base hit, she would score easily. But that's chances you take.
Yep.
That's what makes this game so interesting.
Nice hit.
That's out of here.
And it is a home run in between the two sections there, the vocational building. Bentley crushes it. And that will bring her and Katie Combs in to make it all of a sudden now Lady Cougars 5-0.
There was no doubt from the crack of the bat. I knew that one was out of here.
Now batting, number 21,
Kara Holcomb up to bat for the Lady Cougars.
Bentley with a two-run dinger there really helps herself as far as the score goes, and being the pitcher in this moment.
Holcomb getting set, focused. Could be 6-0. Pavlik would have stayed on, but made that great attempt. 0-1 the count, and that's something you learned from Mark. I'm sure Coach Perkins will look back on that and adjust it. But even though he got the out, Bentley makes Jenkins pay, and after Combs gets on base after fighting it out, and to put it 5-0. Here comes the next pitch. And it'll be out number 3. So we go to the top of the 4th with the Lady Cougars leading it 4-0 here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Top of the 4th, 5-0 Lady Cougars. Had 3 runs after Collier scored, and then a 2-run home run that brought in Combs and hit by Bentley. And Letcher Central enjoying a 5-0 lead. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank you for joining us on YouTube tonight. And Mark, what's Lady Cavaliers need to do here offensively to get some runs?
They have the same people coming up to bat as they did in the second. They were able to get on base early, but they got put out between second and third earlier, so maybe they can get a rally started again.
Out of play, 0-1 the count, fouled off to the right. When you said rally, that reminds me of the Rally Monkey when the Angels beat the Giants in the 0-2 World Series because they were doing the Rally Monkey that year. It was a big thing, it was a big trend on the 0-1 count, top of the fourth. Swing and a miss, 0-2 your count. Struck her out. One up, one down.
Next up,
And I'm sure that's what the Lady Cavaliers don't want to see. They want to get runners on base. Try to cut in this lead for the Lady Cougars. Lady Cougars are looking tough, though.
0-1 on the first pitch. Next pitch in the air, up and out, 2 down now.
So far, since she hit that dinger, she's not threw anything except strikes. She's threw 5 strikes in a row, got 2 outs on 5 pitches.
Marie Mullins up the bat for the Lady Cavaliers. Back, 0-1 the count. About tipped.
And the net not being there, you could have got that one in.
I doubt that. Because it would have, yeah, probably the wall would have got it first. Maybe a little more to the right. On the next pitch, high, 1-1, excuse me. Next pitch, up. Oh, Stamper. Hope she's okay. Falls, trips over the base. Would have probably had the out possibly, but it's going to make it 1-2.
I think she's kind of laughing at herself for tripping over the bag. She's nodding her head that she's fine. Looks like she's been playing now for sure. She's covered in dirt from head to toe. Yeah, I see that big smile. She's laughing now.
1-2 the count. 2-2 now. Mullins staying alive here, making Bentley earn her pitches as well. On the 2-2. Got her before it even got there, and that is 3 outs, and we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It still remains Lady Cougars 5-0 on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Not everybody likes being locked into a contract. That's why at Appalachian Wireless, they offer you advance pay. No contracts, no credit checks. And right now, get $50 off prepaid devices and get 10% off handset accessories. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail store to find out more about advance pay. Keeping you connected on the region's best service. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Not everybody likes being locked into a contract. That's why at Appalachian Wireless, they offer you advanced pay. No contracts, no credit checks. And right now, get $50 off prepaid devices and get 10% off handset accessories. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail store to find out more about advanced pay. Keeping you connected on the region's best service. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Bottom of the fourth we go. Anna Hatton up to bat. It was a foul back, 0-1 the count. Lady Cougars leading it 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, and this one's going to go back, make it 0-2, Mark, after two back-to-back foul pitches.
Yeah, she's definitely taking a swing at them. I mean, she's just barely undercutting both of them. Her timing's great. She's underneath the ball.
On the next pitch, strike. That's going to strike her out, and that's going to bring one up, or one out, and the next one up.
Next up, number 3, Haley Bentley.
Haley Bentley up now.
She popped up the shortstop for her first at bat.
On the pitch, 1-0. Lady Cougars never trailed in this game. Jenkins left 2 on in both the top of the first and the top of the second. Make that a 2-0 count. They've had their opportunities to get some runs. Defensive Letcher Central's just kept them off of home plate. Jenkins looking to get an opportunity to stop the Lady Cougars here. It's going to be a 3-0 count. What a catch by the catcher there. And Jenkins will want to get them all out here and try to get a rally going here in the top of the 5th inning. When it gets to that here, as the wind slightly picked up again. Not a really strong breeze as previous games that we've seen before up here. And Bentley will take a base, Mark Young.
Yeah, I mean, she got a base on ball on 4 straight pitches, so Banks doing a lot of digging out there. I don't know if she feels uncomfortable on the rubber or if she's just frustrated because she missed the play.
Amira Cook up to bat now for the Lady Cougars. Five to nothing. Lady Cougars on top. Here we go. Now that one I could have caught, Mark, right in my face. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, it's times like that I'm sure thankful for that net. So.
Yeah. Well, and we also have the windows closed, so that helps too. That's an extra padded the security there. Now one of them could pop up over that and hit the camera stand here. 0-2 the count now. Strike down the middle.
Cook's going to have to protect herself. Anything close, she's got to be swinging.
On the 0-2. Cook gets it alive. Can Jenkins get the double? Cook will be safe at first. Ooh. Good sportsmanship. One out, though. A save. Get the runner off at, or get the runner off a second. Here we go. That'll be 2 outs. I'm sorry, because I believe Hatton had struck out earlier. So 2 outs. And now Collier, who got the 3rd run of the game for the Lady Cougars, up to bat with 1 on first base.
And she whacked one out in between right and center field. Right in that sun shine a while ago, so she put the bat on the ball pretty good.
1-0, a little low. Eight to 1 was the result of the first meeting. 5-0 right now, Lady Cougars. On the pitch. 2-0 now. High.
Cook's getting a good jump over there off the base.
On the pitch. Nice hit. It's going to drop. Here we go. The throw to third, and she got her out. And that is going to be the end of the fourth. 5-0 Lady Cougars. Back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Cougars on top. We thank all of our sponsors and thank you for tuning us in here tonight.
Haley Thacker.
On YouTube. Thacker up to bat now for the Lady Cavaliers.
And Jenkins has 9-1-2 up, so if they're going to get a rally started right now, it's the time to do it.
0-1, swing and a miss on the first one.
Welcome back to your top of the fifth inning. Cougars lead 5-0 over the Jenkins Cavaliers.
13-3 Lady Cougars on the season. Came off a big win against Buckhorn, 15-5 on the 22nd. Swing and a miss on that one. 0-2 the count. Beat Cordia 16-0. Beat Knott Central, Mark Young. Big win for them back on April the 15th. That one could have come right to us too, but it stays 0-2. But they beat them 6-5. So, and they got to play Knott County on Saturday at Knott County Central. So that's a game to watch. Could be going for the second seed because Letcher Central has defeated Knott County this season. So this is a big game here for Jenkins to keep a shot at the first seed, just a crack at it, and that's going to be one out on the Lady Cavaliers. But they would have to win the game by a lot more. They'd have to at least win it by 7 or more runs because they do it by the points, the runs, and Chloe Sexton up the bat. But big game here because if I'm not mistaken, if the Lady Cougars hold on to win, they will seal that 1 seed. Jenkins still fighting for that 2 seed as well as Knott County. 1-0 the count on the first pitch.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of ball played before playoff time, so it should prove to be an interesting game, like you said, to watch.
Oh, nice hit out the left. Give Jenkins their second hit of the game.
Chloe plays a lot of travel ball, so she's a dandy little athlete.
Next up, number 8, Johanna Banks.
I've been following her for a long time.
Johanna Banks up the bat. Jenkins trying to get some momentum going here. On the pitch. Swing and a miss. Here's the throw to second. Will be safe. Good heads up there out in the center field by Pavlik to stop the runner from going to third. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, she did a great job backing her up there. Johanna and I are cousins. I'm not exactly sure what number you would assign to that. Her grandpa is my first cousin, so
1-1 the count.
I'm not sure how that lineage falls, but we are kin.
Sun's starting to come out here brighter. Kind of like earlier. Swing. We'll make it 1-2 the count on the strike. Just missed it. Maybe looking to get another out here. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Top fifth, 5-0. 6 hits for the Lady Cougars, 2 for the Lady Cavaliers, 3 errors on the Lady Cougars, 2 the Lady Cavaliers. Here's the pitch outside, 2-2 the count. On the windup, full count.
That's a good off-speed pitch, but it's nowhere near the plate to get the swing at. Full count, 1 out.
It's going to take a base there. That's going to make runners on first and second now for the Lady Cavaliers, and with an opportunity to get some runs on the board.
And this was the same thing they did in the first inning with these two young ladies on base, but they only had no outs in and wasn't able to score. Now they have 1 out, and they're hoping to try to cut into this Lady Cougar lead.
A.J. Brown up the bat for the Lady Cavaliers. Strike on the first pitch, down the middle, 0-1.
Section was a little over halfway. I'm surprised that she didn't go on third on that throwback.
Up and out of play, 0-2 the count. Jenkins looking to get some momentum here, already with 2 on base. Trying to avoid a strikeout. Excuse me. On the pitch. Got her, strikeout. Huge for the Lady Cougars. That now brings up 2 outs on the Lady Cavaliers. Big missed opportunity there.
Yeah, once again, they've left a lot of runners on base this game, and that's been the difference in this ball game so far. They wasn't able to get them all the way around the bases.
On the pitch. Ooh. 1-0 the count.
Way inside on Harlow.
Spates. Trying to help get that momentum going. 2 outs. 1-0 on the count. Here comes the next pitch. Strike, 1-1.
Yeah, he kind of backed her off the plate and he moved one right down the middle. Her control's been really good tonight. Most of the time, she's been able to place the ball exactly where the catcher's calling for it.
On the 1-1. 2-1 the count now. Jenkins maybe hoping for something to happen here, maybe some runs, or maybe technically, maybe possibly get bases loaded. See what happens here on the 2-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 3-1 now.
She's got to come after it twice.
Here we go. On the pitch, 3-1. Foul tip, so makes it a full count now, 3-2.
It's a great pitch. This is the money ball right here. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners are going to be going on the pitch.
Here we go. Got her, struck her out. And we have played 5 1/2. We were 4 1/2. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. Back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Lady Cougars up 5-0 over the Lady Cavaliers. 6 hits for the Lady Cougars, 2 for the Lady Cavaliers. 3 errors for the Lady Cougars back in the second inning, and the Lady Cavaliers with 2 errors. Jenkins has really had a chance to really get some runs at home plate. The defense of Letcher Central has just really stepped it up and has really just done a phenomenal job of doing that. But Jenkins has had their opportunities. Good to see this rivalry back as Jenkins came back to the 14th region and the 53rd district. Scarlett Stamper will be batting to start off this inning for the Lady Cougars. So 1, 2, 3 up. It's that end of the year time. Just you have prom, you have senior trip, you have so many different things. Softball's winding up. You got end of the year testing. Just good sometimes for the Lady Cougars and just the Lady Cavaliers to get out here, and as the first pitch is fouled off, 0-1 the count. Just good to have these sports to get their minds off those things. But then you have the seniors prepping for college as well too. I know I work with Celestial Schuler up there, and she works up here at Letcher Central, always getting the kids ready for the FAFSA. And we have a 1-1 count and helping the kids out, and 1-1 your count.
Yeah, you're all heart when it comes to a citizen.
Here we go on the next pitch on the 1-1, 2-1 the count. Of course, gear up, everybody helping into the years. Talking before Marky came back, was talking about just end of the year testing and how everybody's just, it's good to have these sports, prom and things to get the mind off of people, or off those things. And then here's Stamper. She's going to bat it up at shortstop, throw, and out. So 1 up, 1 down here on the Lady Cougars.
6-3 put out. Nice play by Sexton.
Next up,
Pavlik up the bat for the Lady Cougars. Slight breeze again here. On the pitch. Got her. 0-1 the count. Swing and miss.
She hit a little blooper right over Sexton's head and short. Her first at bat, or her third at bat. In the third inning. Let me get that right.
Foul back 0-2.
Again, she had a walking start. Lights coming right after. 1 out. 0-2 on Pavlik here in the bottom of the field.
On the pitch. Stays alive. 0-2.
Count holds at 0-2. Probably a pretty good job right there to just stay in the line.
On the 0-2. Pavlik pops it up. And 2 down now on the Lady Cougars. Nice defensive effort there. Or nice defensive play, excuse me, for the Lady Cavaliers. And now Katie Combs up to bat for the Lady Cougars.
Now batting, number 4.
She hit it in the same spot, but Sexton kind of played back a little deeper that time and made the grab.
Much quickly put away and somewhere in the Katie
Combs. And it's going to be 3 up, 3 down. We played 5. It's 5-0 Lady Cougars. We go to the top of the 6 here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
here on 103.9 The Bulldog. Thank you for joining us, Bluegrass Sports Nation. Thank you for joining us tonight. You know, Mark, what I was going to say is I kind of spoiled the party. The reason why I said that was tomorrow, you probably don't remember this, but tomorrow will make 3 years. Hard to believe. Since you and I have been broadcasting, man, and doing games. We've done everything from baseball to softball to football to basketball. Seen a lot of good games, and pretty cool that it's been 3 years through 2 media outlets to get to do that. And, man, it's been good to have you along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's 3 years myself. Yeah. I didn't realize it had actually been that long. Man, the time goes by so fast, especially when you're doing things you enjoy.
And the irony of it all is we did that game when it was Letcher Central and Perry Central. That's who the Lady Cougars play tomorrow night as well, too, as we'll have that game here for you on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Throw out to first. Got her. Yeah. Scarlett and the throw, that was well to fit the defense again for the Lady Cougars, just stepping up tonight and just playing really well.
Next up, number 42.
Yeah, the one thing that I do remember on those first few games that we broadcast together was you called me their lucky charm, because every game for the first 3 or 4, Cougars came back and won right at the last minute.
1-0 the count. See, I didn't remember that, so good memory there, Mark. Next pitch. Fouled. 1-1. Yeah, you're right. That is hard to believe that it's been 3 years. It's gone by fast. $5-0 still your score here. So kind of on my mess up there, had to spoil the party a little bit. I was going to do a big thing tomorrow night. Nice hit, going to drop, and that'll get the runner there on first. So 3 hits for the Lady Cavaliers tonight, looking to get some runs here.
Like I said again, they've stranded a lot of runners on base, just not been able to get them all the way around. And as a coach over there thinks, he'd give you gray hairs.
On the pitch. Right to Bentley, couldn't hold on to it. Can she get there? Out. But runner does advance to second. 2 outs on the Lady Cavaliers.
Tony Miller.
Now batting, number 7, Emily Mullins.
Gets the runner advanced, but that brings up 2 outs. So Cavaliers have to get something going here with a 2-out rally.
On the pitch, foul tip back, 0-1 the count.
Bentley has pitched such a great ball game tonight.
Bella Stanley out there at second base for the Lady Cavaliers. She has, Mark. Wild pitch, and Stanley's going to make it to third. Make that 1-1 the count.
And right on cue, when I brag on her, I have a pass ball.
So now, Jenkins with a chance to get a run. On the 1-1 count, 2 outs. On the pitch. 2-1 now, outside.
Again, when she takes something off of her, she's been missing the plate a little bit, but when she's throwing her heat, she's been cutting the corners.
Strike right down the middle, 2-2 the count. Bentley taking her time, looking over at the dugout. Getting ready, getting the instructions, and warming up the pitch on the 2-2 on the 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Foul and stays alive.
Bentley wants to get it done right here and keep that runner for crossing play. Anytime you're a pitcher, you want to see that shutout if at all possible.
Taking her time on the 2-2. Nice hit. Here's the throw to first and out. We have played 5.5, and it is still Letcher County Central 5, Lady Cavaliers nothing. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, Our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
As we get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-0 Lady Cougars. They have had several innings, the Lady Cavaliers have, the first, second, and that last inning, to get some runs on the board. Outside of that, Letcher Central's outstanding defense, you could easily make the argument that Jenkins could have had 3 runs, possibly 4. But Letcher County Central, just the defense has been outstanding today. The infield, of course, they did have the 3 errors back in the 2nd inning, but outside of that, Mark, overall, they played a really good game tonight defensively. That home run helped too back there in the what was it, the third inning, because Katie Combs had kept it alive, and that's how it happened after Addison Collier had scored, and then Bentley just knocking that home run out of the park. 5-0, and now the Lady Cougars going to be Bentley up to bat. Had the home run earlier. See what happens here. 1-0. Pops it up in field, 1 up, 1 down.
You see that so many times when someone hits one out of the park, they dip that shoulder to try to lift it again and pop it up to the infield.
Kara Holcomb back up to bat for the Lady Cougars. On the pitch. 0-1 the count.
She's made contact, but she's hit it right at someone. She hit it back to the pitcher first to bat, and then she dribbled one down to the first baseman in the 3rd inning.
On the 0-1. Foul tipped 0-2. Lady Cougars scores come in the 1st and 3rd. Had some other opportunities to score as well too. You could make the argument they could have 6 or 7 runs as well. On the pitch, Jenkins has controlled it well defensively. 1-2 the count to make sure the Lady Cougars didn't add more runs. I think if these two possibly meet in the region again, or district again, you never know. It's always a possibility. Still a lot of ball of play, as you said, but I think probably see what we've seen with the first 2, and that's going to make it 2-2 now. Evened up. You never know, Mark. You've coached and helped Bumper a lot of times. You've seen a lot of softball live as well too. You think you've got the lead and you got it won, and then just crazy things happen and the game just can get out of hand and you lose it.
The momentum of these ball games can change with one play.
Between the legs, the throw to first, and Kara gets out, so 2 down on the Lady Cougars. And then on the flip side, you could be down and all of a sudden you do what the Lady Cougars did against Knott Central and rattle off 9 runs and come back and win that game 12-6. Is now Anna Hatton up to bat for the Lady Cougars. Yeah, the other night at the gym I saw, as I was getting ready to leave, I saw Willie and Anna's uncle Joe doing a little bit, foul tipped on the first one, doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu. And there in that one room at the rec center, it looked pretty intense and serious. So, you know, these 2 girls, they got an uncle and a father that in the future can, you know, help them get in that and train it because jiu-jitsu's hard. Willie's educated me a little bit on it there at the rec center. Here's the next pitch. Nobody's there covering first, and Hatton's going to get on. Wow. So Hatton takes advantage of the situation and gets on base for the Lady Cougars.
Your first baseman broke and got the ball really well, but she was over in front of the second baseman. Who filled the cover first. Nobody home.
What's that nickname you like to call into there, Mark?
I call her Mighty Mouse because she's always active. I mean,
tagged to second, and that's going to be the end of the sixth inning. But
every what sport she does, I mean, she excels at it, regardless of her size. So that was a cartoon that I used to watch when I was little.
I did as well.
Mouse, so I kind of dug her that nickname, and she stands up to it very well.
It was a classic one. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Popped up and out of play, 1-1. Three straight innings of no scores. 4 overall in the game. Only scored 2 innings. That's a strike. 1-2 the count now.
You take away a couple of spurges by the Lady Cougars, and this is a even ball game.
On the 1-2. Stays alive. 2-2 your count. And that's what you want to do right now for your Jenkins. You want to keep yourself alive as much as you possibly can, Mark, where this is potentially the last inning.
You never want to run yourself out of an inning or shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak.
On the 2-2. Pops up, and it'll build a hit. Maybe a double off of this, and it will. Possibly a triple. We'll see. No, it'll stay a double. And no, well, here's the throw, though. It's going to be close. Did she get her? Safe. So it was very close, Mark. Didn't know if that was going to happen or not, and takes the advantage. And now Jenkins with their 4th hit and gets the runner all the way. Thacker gets the 3rd. And now Chloe Sexton up the bat for the Lady Cavaliers.
Back up to the top of the lineup. So this is the personnel that Jenkins wants. He can get the job done.
They left runners on third 3 times in this game. Here comes the pitch. Swing and miss, 0-1 the count. That was really close on that play. It looked like she wasn't going to be able to get to third and just does at the last second. Heads up play and heads up call by the coach to tell her to come on. Here's the hit, and that is going to bring, that's going to be 1 out, but that is going to bring in 1 run, Thacker. So make that 5-1, 1 out though. And Jenkins gets on the board for the first time tonight in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, 6 straight put out, and that allowed Jenkins to get their first run. You always got to start somewhere, so they're hoping that this is the beginning of something.
0-1 the count on the first pitch with the miss.
Lady Cougars are looking to get 2 outs and call it a day.
On the next pitch, 1-1. That was a big score there for Jenkins. You know it's going to bring them, get them a little excited there. Here's the hit. That's going to drop. Here's the throw to first, but very close and safe. 5 hits now for Jenkins in the game.
Yeah, you gotta love that attempt to make that play. I mean, she literally tried to throw her out from right field.
AJ Brown.
And had Banks not been hustling, they'd have got her.
My apologies. That was Sexton that scored that run earlier.
Sexton got out. It was Thacker. You were correct.
Thacker, okay. Just double checking here. Always want to double check. And it's going to be foul 0-1 to count. Yeah, Haley Thacker there. Had her written down, just overlooked her there. Was looking at Chippewa, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. Looked a little bit further down there, but good run there for the Lady Cavaliers. 1-1 with the runner on first, looking to get another run possibly on the pitch. 2-1 to count now. Excuse me.
Bentley wants to try to get A.J. Brown right here at the plate. 2 runners on base.
Could this be a double play? Out at second, throw to first. Out, double play, and the Lady Cougars will win the game 5-1 over the Lady Cavaliers of Jenkins. We will be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Only at your local Double Quick.
Get up to $600 off select devices, and that makes this the season of saving and upgrading with Appalachian Wireless. Get up to $600 off select devices with a new or renewed line on any Appalachian Advantage unlimited plan. This selection is amazing, so just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or AppalachianWireless.com for devices, terms, and conditions. It's the season of saving because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
And we're back here at Letcher Field with Lady Cougars have just defeated the Lady Cavaliers with a score of 5-1. Lady Cougars were able to get 2 runs in the first and add 3 more in the third for their scoring. Lady Cavaliers was able to score 1 in the 7th to try to get a rally started, but they fell short. So in just a few minutes, we're going to interview some ladies here on the radio and on the ESN, so we'll be back in just a moment with those interviews. You're listening to Bluegrass Sports Nation.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Get up to $600 off select devices, and that makes this the season of saving and upgrading with Appalachian Wireless. Get up to $600 off select devices with a new or renewed line on any Appalachian Advantage unlimited plan. This selection is amazing, so just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or AppalachianWireless.com for devices, terms, and conditions. It's the season of saving because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, where the Lady Cougars went on Senior Day 5-1, and I'm here with one of the seniors, Emma Pavlik. And Emma, talk about this big district win tonight.
I'm really excited. This was a good win for us. We're excited for the district.
Talk about how you've trained to do that slap hitting. I think you have one of the most interesting kits in the region, and it works.
Yes. I just learned. Jay said I was not a very good right-handed batter, and so we had to come up with something else last year, and we thought about slap hitting, and I just learned how to do it.
Talk about playing with Kara. You two are the lone seniors, and just what does it mean to not only play with her, but to win a regional championship?
Well, it would mean a lot to me because we played together our whole lives, and for me and her to win a region it would mean a lot to me.
To win another one, because then you could have two right there.
May have been the best day of my life.
Is there anybody you want to credit to your career, or maybe you want to give a shout out to, and maybe a favorite moment you've had while playing here at LCC?
I just want to shout out my family. Thank you for always being here for me. And, of course, our region win last year. The best day of my life.
And I did want to say good job there on Legally Blonde. You did a really good job. You're welcome. Enjoyed the play.
Thank you.
And looking forward to seeing you the rest of the season. You're welcome, and we'll let you head.
Thank you.
That's Emma Pavlik, and now we'll try to get Miss Kara Holcomb on if she wants to come on. And Kara, first off, glad to see you back. Glad you're back. Talk about the injury. You getting better, and what would you say on a scale of 9 to 10? How are you feeling?
Right now I'm kind of hurting. I'd say I was about 7, but it's all right.
Talk about some of your favorite moments while you've been here at Letcher County Central.
Definitely winning region last year. That's definitely my favorite. I'm hoping to do it again.
And 5-1 over Jenkins, I believe now. I think you're all undefeated in the region, or district, excuse me, so should seal up that 1 seed. Talk about the momentum and how that's going to get you all ready for district play.
Yeah, I think we could work on some things, but we're playing pretty good.
And now you got a big game tomorrow night, Perry County Central. You turn around, you take a district foe in Jenkins, and now you play the Lady Commodores. Talk about that game.
I'm excited for it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, did I see Tori here earlier? Is your sister here tonight?
She had to leave, though. She has to go back to school.
Gotcha. Were there any favorite moments while she played that you had when you all were you on at the same time? I believe you were. Talk about just some of the times that you all got to share together on the team.
It was just fun being with her, being able to play with her, and basketball and softball.
Is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to tonight, or credit to your softball success?
My family and my teammates.
One of my favorite family members that you have is your grandfather, Hog, just loving Pig, or Pig Eye's your uncle. I've not met him yet, want to meet him. But you got a great family, both of you do, and thanks for talking to us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, Kara. You're welcome. And we'll talk with Miss Bentley here, who hit the dinger, as Mark Young said there earlier. Just talk about hitting that home run. Well, first off, before you hit the home run, talk about Katie Combs' resiliency, because she kept digging it out in the pitch in there and got the full count, and finally got on base, and then you just come up and let her rip. Did you just talk about it?
Well, Katie's always been a good one to, even if she gets low in the count, she'll get back up and she'll be able to eventually get on base. She's not really one to get low in the count and then strike out. She's always a good base runner and everything, and just a good person to be on base.
Talk about your all's defense. I thought your defense in the infield was just stellar. I mean, I know you had the 3 errors, but overall, you still played a solid defensive game tonight.
Yeah, I think Kara being back helps us a lot. She was someone that we needed. Now, Mira did a really good job stepping up and playing that spot, but Kara's just
Is this a ball that you keep, or is this one you're going to maybe give to your family? What are you going to do with this home run ball?
I keep it and put it on my shelf with my other ones.
Gotcha. And now, after you beat Jenkins here 5-1, you got to turn around and play Perry Central. I know that's been a little bit of a rivalry. You look at last year, that was one of the teams you all beat to win the region. The year before, Letcher Central falls to them here at home. So kind of a little bit of a rivalry there. Going into that game tonight, or tomorrow night, what are you looking forward to the most?
It's going to be a tough game. I think we really need to focus on swinging at good pitches, and we need to make sure our defense is really solid because I know this team can hit, and they have some really fast base runners and some good outfielders. So we'll just have to be on our A game, and hopefully it comes out.
And two seniors here, Emma and Kara. What influence have they been to you and helped you, and just what are some of your moments that you or memories that you have with them so far?
They're great leaders. Kara is one to step up and like if you strike out or something, she'll always make sure like she'll comfort you and tell you it's okay. Emma's always been a good one to be in the outfield. She always gives 100% effort, and she's not really one to get aggravated if something don't go her way. They're both just really good leaders, and everybody looks up to them.
And you all have had to dig back and forth this season a little bit. Briefly over 500 for a little bit, kind of been under 500. It's kind of been going back and forth. How does it feel to finally be a few games over and kind of getting on the winning ways?
I think it's really helping our confidence because we was on that streak where we was just going downhill. We were playing the good teams. We've had some inconsistent pitching. Let's go from slow pitching to fast pitching, and we're finally just starting to level out and do our game.
Congratulations on the home run, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night against the Lady Commodores. You're welcome. You're welcome. And what we'll do here is we'll take one more break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, and we'll have more post-game coverage.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Not everybody likes being locked into a contract. That's why at Appalachian Wireless, they offer you advance pay, no contract, and get 10% off handset accessories. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail store to find out more about advance pay, keeping you connected on the region's best service. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
5-1 here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, here with Coach Jay Perkins of the Lady Cougars. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on your win tonight, and just talk about this game, undefeated in the district this season, if I'm not, I think.
Yeah, we're undefeated in the district. We made some errors tonight. Jenkins is a very improved ball team from over the years that we've played them. They're making plays, and really we only won 2-1. If you look there, part of it. But, our girls is getting better. I think they're more worried about tomorrow night. I hate to say that, but they are. And tomorrow night we're going to have our hands full. Perry Central coming in here. They got a good ball club. We got a good ball club. We just got to play consistency and make routine plays, and a little bit of luck on your side, you win. So we'll see where we stand at tomorrow. It's not the hatchet where you win or lose, you can't win nothing. But we'll. Glad to see Perry come in here. They're a good ball club, but we play a lot of bunch of ball clubs. So we've got, then we go to the Wise on Thursday, Breathitt on Friday, and then we got Shelby Valley on Saturday. So it's a busy week for us. But we just try to take it day by day is what we're trying to do, and just get better. We just got to cut down on our errors. If we cut down our errors, I like our chances, but we've got to cut down our errors.
Talk about what it means to have Kara back in the lineup.
You've seen some of the plays she made tonight. She goes to the dirt, comes back up, throws ones out. She's just. I looked at her when we come in. I said, "Where you been for the last 18 games?" But she's right back into it. It'll take a little bit for her to get her back right again. But we're very happy to have her. But just trying to take it game by game, pitch by pitch, and hit by hit. We just got to be able to hit the ball. That's what I told them. If these other teams coming in like Perry, you got to hit the ball to make them make mistakes. So we just got to, I'm sure he's going to pitch his number one tomorrow, and then we're going to pitch Scarlett tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Just should be a good ball game.
Two quick things here, Coach. Talk about Katie Combs digging it out when you had 2 outs there in the 3rd inning to stay alive, to get on base, and then for Bentley to step up and knock that home run out of the park. Talk about all that.
Well, Combs is probably she's probably the fastest kid on the team, and she's just I call her Mighty Mouse because she just goes, It's kind of like the Energized Bunny, you get that good full battery, she can go, she can play, and I thought she done a good job catching that too. She had several balls that probably would have got by anybody else, but she made good plays, and we're just lucky to have her. And then I got her again next year, so it's a plus for us. But that was a big hit by Kelsey. I mean, she crushed it as soon as it come off the bat. I knew it was gone. We just got to be more consistent. Hitting the ball. I mean, had some bloopers, and you hit them right to people. People's gonna make plays on you. So that's what I tell our kids. I mean, just like that ball right there, they got to make that play. And we had several bloopers by more power kids, and we can't have that.
And talking about that, this was asked Kelsey just for the last question here. I know you played tough competition. You kind of been a little bit batting under 500, now back over 500 with the record. She said it's building confidence with the team. Your thoughts on that? Because I know records are records, but do you agree with that is helping the team a little bit more?
I do. I mean, everybody wants to be a winner, and you want to have a good record. But Mark can tell you he's followed me up here for years. There's been a couple different times that we went into the region, we're still Final Four and getting ready to maybe play for the regional championship and have a losing record. All that matters is at the end. So a couple breaks here and there. We shouldn't be right there, but we're just taking it one game at a time. Everybody had us ranked number 1 in the beginning. I'm like, well, it's not there. He didn't tell the kids that, but we weren't, and we're learning, and we can be right there. We've got to be able to hit the ball. And the bottom line is, if you don't hit the ball, you can't win. And you got to make routine plays. And I thought it was awesome how that the game ended on that double play. Sarah, she had a couple errors up there at Popple, and made this play straight second, straight first. That's why you like to end the games on double play. So I'm pretty proud of them. And we'll just move on to tomorrow.
Coach, always enjoy talking with you, and I know you want to get focused on that game tomorrow. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. It's Coach Jay Perkins. We'll take one final break. Mark and I will, and we'll wrap it up on the other side of the break on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
When the Lady Cavaliers and Lady Cougars, close game tonight. It was 2-0 after 1. It stayed 2-0 after 2. Letcher Central with the Collier run, and then the 2-run shot there, or the home run by Bentley that brought in not only Bentley but Combs as well too. Stamper and Pavlik were the other 2 runs back in the first inning. Jenkins' Thacker would add a run in the 7th inning. I know he talked about the air play, but Lady Cougars getting this win after the 6-5 loss to Pikeville, a very close one. And now tomorrow night they got to turn their attention to the Lady Commodores, Bobby Ratliff and company. Bobby knows what it takes to win up here. He won a regional championship up here 2 years ago. But on the flip side, on May 6th, when the Lady Cougars go to East Perry Elementary there and play the Lady Commodores, Coach Perkins and company, they know what it's like to win a regional championship there. So just an interesting history, just an interesting story between those 2 clubs. And I think the game tomorrow night and on the 6th are going to be one for the books.
Oh, absolutely. And, referring back to what Coach Perkins said, sure, you want to cut down on errors and stuff. But even though they had errors and a lot of Lady Cavaliers get on the base, they were able to shut it down when they needed to. And I think the Lady Cavaliers stranded like 7 or 8 base runners besides the one they got in that scored. So they made some big plays when they needed to. Bentley made some big strikeouts on the mound, and they made a lot of good defensive plays behind her. That makes up for a lot of errors.
And we wanted to go ahead and while we did this, I said during the commercial break, Mark, let's take the camera off us and kind of spotlight some of these Lady Cougars and Lady Cavaliers that are batting here in the JV on the scoreboard. Of course, we still have our varsity scoreboard up. Jenkins is up 1-0 right now, 1 out on the Lady Cougars. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, Mark. It's going to be a great game. And any final thoughts as we wrap out of here?
I mean, this was just a big win for the Cougars, but like you said, we got to push that aside because they got a team coming in here tomorrow night that's going to be a tough game.
So we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight: ARH, Double Quick, HCTC, Kemper Furnitures, the Buckhorn Children's Society. We want to thank you, Foundation. We want to thank you all, and we want to thank you for tuning us in. And Mark and I will be back here tomorrow night on Bluegrass Sports Nation between the Lady Cougars and the Lady Commodores. Everyone have a great night, safe travels home, and God bless. You've been watching Lady Cougars softball on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double